So it took me a while, but this is finally my video on the new announced game by Square Enix called Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. I actually recorded this video yesterday, but the video corrupted or the editing software did something strange, so the files didn't work, so I got to record it again, and that's okay. So the game was announced a couple of days ago, and yes, instead of what everyone predicted of it being called Final Fantasy XIII 3, it is called Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. So I wanted to discuss just some of the information that was released and my opinions on it. Number one, they announced there's one main character, which is Lightning again. Yes, instead of, you know, in 13.2 when we only get to play as Lightning for a little bit. Great move by Square Enix, because she's a great character. It's good that it's come back full circle to her again from the first one. And a great business move by Square Enix, because she's the most marketable character, the most recognized character from the 13th franchise. And what they've said is Lightning's basically on a quest to save the world, as usual with Final Fantasy games. There's no doubt in my mind that we'll see the others like Hope and whatever again during the story. Well, hopefully they do anyway. It would be pretty strange if they didn't. So we will see them again, but who knows if we'll actually be able to directly control those characters. Second of all, they announced the customization options for Lightning. So they've said that basically you can change your outfits, and in turn by putting on like a new pair of shoes or something, you'll get a certain ability. So hopefully this customization is a lot better than what was implemented in 13.2, which in my opinion was crap. Like, you just stick on a bangle or whatever, it didn't really mean that much and you couldn't aesthetically see it. So now you can see your changes and they give you obviously pluses in effects. Hopefully as well they let you change your weapons a bit, that also give you better effects and a lot of changing weapons, a lot of different variety of weapons. Well, that's what I want anyway for customization options, and hopefully our outfits look good. Third of all is the battle system for the games. Now, as I said before, there's one main character, so really you can't do the system, the paradigm system from the last two games, where you'd have different character members set in different roles to create a paradigm, and you'd switch them up randomly depending on your strategy to attack. So this time obviously they can't do that because there's one main character, so instead they've gone for a kind of hybrid system between this and a real-time battle system. Probably this is my prediction, that they are using some of the battle mechanics from Versus 13, so if you want to taste it Versus 13, this is probably the place to go because it's real-time, so they're probably sharing information of each other. Also, hopefully somehow the paradigms come back into it a bit. But yeah, I'm very much a fan of this type of battle system. Like, there's a real-time block button and stuff, like the first time in a Final Fantasy game where this kind of stuff is going to be implemented. Number 4 is, now they've announced the world that this is going to be set in. It's going to be set in kind of an island with couple of different areas, and you can travel by monorail between them. I think this is a great addition to this. It's kind of more open world-ish compared to, say, Final Fantasy XIII, which was just corridor fest but fun. But anyway, and Final Fantasy XIII 2, where you kind of hopped around to different locations all the time. So this is kind of one big world where you can travel between kind of different areas. So that's, I think, great, wonderful. They've used it in kind of a gothic art style, so that's also really interesting to me. I can't wait to see kind of what they come up with in the environment, because the graphics usually in these games are beautiful. I really hope this world is populated well, you know, like with shops and stuff like that, and people wandering around and side missions that you can collect from them. They did that alright in 13.2, but 13 there was basically none of that. So good that they're putting that in as well. And also with the gothic style, they're going to be adding in the monsters. In 13 and 13.2 they were kind of more futuristic and mechanical. So these ones are going back more medieval, more actual animal type monsters. So I'm much more of a fan of that type of thing. Don't really as much like the technologically advanced, basey kind of animal things you fight, so I'm happy with them changing up to a medieval style. And lastly, one of the very large gameplay elements that they said they're putting in is at the corner of your screen all the time there's a countdown clock. So you have basically 13 days for Lightning to save the world. So all your actions will like increase it or decrease it, and the time will always continuously be ticking down while you play. So say you want to go onto a monorail into a different place, you're going to have to wait for the time to get to that specific time so you can travel and stuff like that. So the time system is going to be brilliant, and having that thing in the corner of your screen creates kind of urgency, really, that you need to save the world. The clock is kind of compared to like Majora's Mask. So we haven't seen any gameplay of it yet, but I'm pretty sure the press people have, so hopefully we'll get to see some cool gameplay soon. But yeah, that's the end of my video. If you have something to say, you can leave it down in the comments below. I'll actually put down a news story in the description bar because there's some stuff I might have missed. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can like it and you can subscribe up there. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!